is 4 o'clock in the morning where I'm at Easter time. But that's not gonna stop me from coming on this live. And I know I had this live earlier, but nobody could hear me. I think my mic ended up going out. Something like that ended up going out. So I just cut the live and I was like, I'm gonna just redo the video. And so now we're back. Whether you hear or not, whether you see this later, it's cool. We here though. We're gonna go ahead and get this video back out to the people because why not do the Father's work? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I ain't got nothing better to do. It's snowing. I'm driving. I decided to stop and just do the Father's work. Let me clean my camera off real quick. Whoops. All right. So today's message is about humility. So first things first, I'm gonna go over some characteristics of humility. So the first one I have is modesty, not boasting or flaunting. So modesty, that's one of the things that's like major with humility. You know what I'm saying? It's not boasting on what you have or not boasting on what you've done, but knowing that you're in right standings with the most high. And like the thing about humility is we talk about humility, but I think we have a hard time with executing it because of like where we're at or because of like the way we were raised or because of how people view us. It's you know what I'm saying? It's really not it's really not all that. But a lot of people don't understand like humility is like the best thing you can have within your walk with the most high. So I also did want to say, over here on my channel, we do use the true names of Yahuwah Yahusha from my own personal research that I've done. We use the names Yahuwah Yahusha, so won't be saying Geo, we won't be saying God or Lord, we won't be saying any of that. I will give a preface, and I use the Sefer, the Sefer. So that's where I'll be reading from. I don't use the KJV. So humility, not boasting or flaunting. It's one of those things where like I noticed with myself at a point in time, like especially back in my younger years when I was running track. I used to run track. I was very boastful. I was very flaunting on everything that I had because I knew like I was the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy to boast what you have when it's present, but when it's gone, what do you really have? You know what I'm saying? Like what do you really have to stand on when everything crumbles? You know? The opposite of humility is pride, proud, being prideful in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Your heart is where your heart and your mind are connected. And this is something that like I've just been like figuring out. Your heart and your mind are connected, okay? So your heart, whatever's in your heart, is gonna be in your mind. Whatever's in your mind is gonna manifest in the physical. Because if it's in your heart, then that if it's in your heart, it may be deep in your heart and you may not want to do it. You may not want to act on it. But eventually you're gonna act on it because crime lies at the door. That's just point blank period. Crime lies at the door. So if you leave a crack open for the enemy to come in, he gonna come in. It don't matter who it is. It don't matter what's going on. He's gonna come in. If you leave that crack open. So ask yourself, am I modest? Am I humble? Ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself like, you know, day in, day out, do I try to do I boast in what I have? Do I go to other people and let them know what I have? Ask them that. Ask yourself that. Like, have I done these things? You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily that, you're doing it on purpose, but you might be doing things unintentional, but also at the same time, once it's done unintentional and you know about it, it then becomes intentional. So are you going to people and just, saying, hey, I got this, hey, I got this. Every time you get something new, hey, I got this. Look what the Father done for me. Are you boasting in what you have? You know what I'm saying? Just think about that. Just want us to like be able to look inside of ourselves instead of looking on the outside. And I feel like in this world, we always the world has taught us how to look on the outside first and not the inside. So now you got everybody blaming the outside, but we not blaming ourselves for what we do. You know what I'm saying? We don't hold ourselves accountable. So that's the one thing also with humility is you have to hold yourself accountable. You got to be able to hold yourself accountable to a standard like, hey, I'm not finna do this. Or hey, I'm not gonna be like this. I'm not gonna be proud. I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna be in my pride. I'm not gonna be egotistical. I'm not gonna be those. I'm not gonna be these things. So the next characteristic is approachable. Ask yourself, am I approachable? Can people come up to me and talk with me, start up a conversation, and have no problem? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's humility. Can people approach you? And then the last one is consideration. Ask yourself, do you consider other people's feelings? Or do you consider what other people do? Do you consider those things? Or are you just selfish? Because, when you in your pride, you selfish. You don't really want to share anything. You don't really want to do much for other people, but you want everybody to do for you. That's not humility. You know what I'm saying? Especially like a lot of people in this walk, like I don't claim to be a Hebrew Israelite, never will be. And from what I've seen, and I'm not saying everybody's like this, but from what I've seen from these camps, is that they're very proud. They're very proud to say, "Yeah, I'm an Israelite. From the tribe of Judah, all these things, but also at the same time, you condemning people and telling them that they're gonna go to hell because of race. Like that doesn't make sense. Like you very prideful in what you do, but also at the same time, like you not I'm not saying that you're not looking inwardly at yourself on what you could be or what you're, or how you're hurting people or how you're hurting yourself. You're not considerate, you're not approachable. Nobody wants to approach you. So like everything about those camps, like the major ones, IUIC, other ones that I don't really know off the top of my head. I don't really don't follow them. I just know the main, I just name one. But things like that, nobody wants to approach those people. You see them on the street, you see them on the corner in the robes, and you automatically know what it is. You like, I don't want to approach that because it is because from the outside it looks to be no humility, it looks to be no we're gonna get an understanding from this conversation, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that I don't know those people on a personal level, not saying that they're not loving people, they're not, men that love the most high for real. I don't know these people, I can't judge them on that. All I can go off is what you have on the outside, what you show me on the outside. I would actually have to sit down and talk with you to judge you from your insides. So these are just things like humility. Like we just, I just want to name like three characteristics of humility so that we all have an understanding of like what humility is, what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? So that was yeah. So we're gonna get into some scripture. If you are joining me, if you're driving, I know it's 4 o'clock in the morning, y'all. People going to work, I understand. If you just listening, just listen. But we're gonna go to Proverbs 15 and we're gonna read verse 31. I know earlier I started at 25, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up doing the same thing just because it hit for me. It hit me differently when I was reading it. So I'm gonna go to Proverbs 15. Excuse me while I get the pass arms. Here we go, here we go, here we go. It is early in the morning. Proverbs 15, verse. We're going to start at 25 and read through 31. So, 25. Yahuwah will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the widow. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to Yahuwah, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. So I wanted to stop right there, and I just wanted to like elaborate on the first verse. Yahuwah will destroy the house of the proud. If you proud, your house, like not saying that your physical house will be destroyed, but I'm saying like you can't get plagued out for being too proud. It is possible. It's not impossible that you get, we all get punished. You know what I'm saying? We all get punished for not listening. If Yahuwah tells you to do something and you don't listen, then you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like any father, just like you. If you're a man, you're a father. If you're a man and you have children, then you're a father. If you're a woman, you know, you have children, you're a mother. But also at the same time, you discipline your children, right? You tell your children what not to do, like just like the father gives you instructions. Hey, don't do that. Them the gut feelings that you have, you be like, maybe I shouldn't do this. You know what I'm saying? You're like, maybe I shouldn't do this, and you end up doing it anyway. And what happens? Right after that, plagued out. You plagued. Now you sitting here, now you sitting here going through turmoil, and you wonder, wow, why am I going through so much turmoil? And he's like, shoot, I didn't give you instructions on what to do and what not to do. And you did the exact opposite of what I said. So now you gonna get the ride for it. You know, the ride isn't just physical. The ride isn't just I'm a whoop you, I'm a spank you. The ride isn't just physical, the ride is spiritual too. Like it's different meanings to the ride. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, you could be stuck in a place because what the Most High told you went in one ear and out the other, and you was just directly just disobedient, and you just didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know, so you were proud in that moment to do what you wanted to do. Say the Most High told you, hey, don't go to that Chris Brown concert because you're gonna be in contracts with demons. And you like, but that's my favorite artist, so I'm finna go anyway. Bump what you talking about. What if he needed you to stay at home, study the word, so that you could get a answer on like why you always behind on bills, or what's going on, like why are you getting attacked in your sleep? You know what I'm saying? Like why, you know, you could have sat at home for that. You could have sat at home, but because you were directly disobedient and you decided to go out and do what you wanted to do, you were proud in that moment to go have fun versus sitting at home with the father and getting an understanding of where you're at in your existence. It's stuff like that we miss. And it's things like that that I miss. You know, it's crazy. I was driving and I was like, dang, I just want to go to sleep. I don't want to do a live right now because my live earlier got, you know, you couldn't hear me. You couldn't hear the mic. So it's like, dang, I don't want to do this. I'm going to go ahead and just keep driving. And the father kept talking to me and telling me, you need to stop now. You need to stop now. You need to go ahead and do this live. And I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and do the father's work because there's something in this that I need to I need to do for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like these messages aren't just for me. I mean, aren't just for you. They're also for me too. Like I eat off of these messages too because I'm not perfect. I know I can be disobedient at times. It's just, you know what I'm saying? That we're all people. We all commit crime. Nobody's above the law, nobody's perfect. But we have to try our best to keep the law and keep the law perfect. So try our best. So, all right. 26. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination. Your thoughts, what you have in your heart, vain imaginations. What you have in your heart is connected to your thoughts. Vain imaginations. You maybe thought something could happen and it didn't. You maybe thought something happened, but it didn't. Hold on, excuse me one second. I gotta put my hat on. Hair looking crazy. Oh boy. Here we go. All right. Think about it. So, like, an example of vain imagination. Say, you know, you and your girl or you and your man, y'all get into an argument. Okay, now y'all in an argument, and they said something in a way that you didn't really like, but it wasn't meant to be taken in the way that you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? What if it wasn't meant to be taken that way? What if they just said it and now your mind's just going off the wall because of how, you know, of how they said it? Now, they have to be humble enough to you to apologize and recognize, take accountability for what they did. But also at the same time, it's up to you to not go down that rabbit hole in your mind to be like, oh, well, I'm just this, and that. Boy, you saying this, I bet I'm finna go ahead and just do this, and this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot. You know, our thoughts hinder us. Our thoughts hinder us the most. And we don't take a lot. into that. But I do blame the system. I do blame the world for teaching us how to live in our mind, how to exist in our mind, exist in our fantasies. We don't exist outside that realm. We don't exist in reality. We exist in a fantasy world. You know what I'm saying? We exist in video games. We exist in reality TV shows that we want to be on. We exist in like movies. We exist in everything else but reality. So then when reality hits, people don't know how to accept reality. People don't know how to accept truth. We all love, it's easier to accept the lie than accept the truth. And that's just what it is, about, this system, how the system taught us from babies. Like they groomed us from babies, they got us. But it's up to you to break out that matrix. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. It's totally up to you. If you want to stay in that delusion, be my guest. Me personally, I wanted to get out that delusion because I got tired of being lied to. So who wants to be in an existence of lies? All right. So 26. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to Yahuwah, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. He that is greedy of gain troubles his own house, but he that hates gifts shall exist. So I want to stop right there. He that is greedy of gain. If you find yourself always searching for the next thing, or if you find yourself like looking for people to, I bet him I could step over. I bet I could use him. I could use get over to the day to get to the next step. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like it's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you want level one. Maybe you need to be built up, by level so that you can level, so that you can get to the level that you're seeking through the most high. Because now if you do it you with your own hands, now you just it's prideful. It's gonna be I did it. I did it. Yahuwah won't get the esteem in that. You know what I'm saying? Like he deserves all the praise for everything that we do. Like think about it. You breathing right now, or you not? That's the breath. You wouldn't have the breath if he didn't breathe in your nostrils. If he didn't wake you up this morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we be taking little stuff like that for granted. Like just breathing. We take that stuff for granted. So don't be greedy. It brings on pride, ego. Just like, you know, kind of that's what these artists do. They see somebody with a bigger platform, bet I'm gonna go hop on a platform and I'm gonna grow like that. Maybe you wasn't ready for that step. Maybe you should have just took your time and just allowed the most high to put you there. So all right, 27. He that is greedy of gain troubles his own house, but he that hates gifts shall exist. The heart of the righteous studies to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours out evil things. Yahuwah is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayers of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart, and a good report makes the bones fat. The ear that hears the reproof of existence abides among the wise. The ear that hears, he that has the ear, let him hear. Not just physical, but spiritual. Spiritually. Like I look at this book as something spiritual. I don't look at this book as, oh, it's just physical, because that's what we mess up. We look at this book as it's physical and that's just it. Like no, it's a spiritual book, and that's why a lot of people mistranslate it, because they look at it from a carnal standpoint. You got to look at this book with your spirit. And if you don't have that relationship with the Father to look at the Ruach Hakodesh to look at it through the Spirit, then you always gonna be caught in the snare. You always gonna misinterpret something. You know. We're gonna go to the next scripture. It's 18. Proverbs 18:12 through 15. Proverbs 18:12 through 15. Humility. I wish I could talk to you. I wish people were, interacting in the chat. Because I would ask, like, what signs do you see, in yourself where you can't find humility? You know what I'm saying? What are some things in your existence that that you're not humble in, that you could work on? I'm very big on looking deep within self to because a lot of the issues we have in existence. How you doing? A lot of issues we have in existence is that we don't look within ourselves, but we continuously look for the outside. We always look for the outside. We don't look at the inside and correct ourselves. We look for other people to correct us, and that's backwards. So we gonna read 12 Proverbs 18, 12 through 15. I appreciate you for listening. Proverbs 18, 12 through 15. I know it's early in the morning. It's like I said, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, but we gonna go ahead and get this message out. Proverbs 18, 12 through 15. All right. Before destruction. Wait, hey, can you hear me? Like, can you hear me very good? Wow, I got somebody here. Cause last time the last live it cut out, my mic cut out. Okay, cool. All right. All right. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. Look at that. Before honor is humility. But before destruction, the heart of man is haughty. Before you destroy yourself, you're gonna have a haughty heart. Like I said earlier, it's in your heart. It's already in your heart. If it's already in your heart, then it's in your mind. We all say that the most high knows us. He knows my heart. But we don't realize like what we saying, like he really knows our heart. Like think about that. He really knows your heart. He knows that he knows. Yes, it is the Bible. It is most definitely. I read out the Sefer. I read out the Sefer. So I don't read out the King James version. I also use the names of Yahuwah Yahusha. So um yeah, before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. So before you destroy yourself, we really be our own destruction. You know what I'm saying? We really be our own destruction. It's not the Father that's looking to destroy you. It's not nobody else. You destroy yourself by the proudness in your heart, by the dark things that's in your heart. Like I was saying earlier, if it's in your heart, if it's already in your heart, then it's in your mind. And if it's in your mind, now you left the door open for these wicked messengers to come in, and now they can now temptation comes. Now they elaborate on what you already feel in your heart. You know what I'm saying? They already elaborate on what you feel in your heart. So it's one of the things that's like been really hitting for me. Like, and looking deep within myself, like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm the issue. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm not humble enough to go to the Father and ask for help. Sometimes I don't be humble enough to go to the Father and ask for help. Sometimes we deal with things and we just continue going on and going on and going on and going on, and we don't stop and listen to what He has to say to us. Or sometimes He gives us the answers, but we just be too busy in our own time to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and actually, listen to Him. And we make ourselves busy. It's not Him who makes us busy. We make ourselves busy. So, all right, I'm at Proverbs 18. Proverbs 18. I'm reading 12 through 15. So right now I'm at verse 13. He that answers a matter before he hears he that answers a matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame unto him. So listen to every matter. You got to listen to every single matter. You got to get both accounts. You can't just listen to one side of the story and then, my bad. My bad. Let me see. There it goes. Cool. All right, bet. Sorry, my wife called me. Can you still hear me? Trying to make sure y'all can still hear me before I continue. What is out of bed? Alright, my bad. Okay, we good. Sorry, I apologize. I'm over here texting my wife. Alright. Yeah, listen to every matter before, like, anything. You know, the thing about today in today's time, we literally only get one side of the story. Like, say, if your homeboy or your homegirl, they come to you and they come with this elaborated story. Okay, they come with this super elaborated story, but they only tell you their side. They don't tell you both sides. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell you both sides. So now you biased. Now you take that side. Now what if this thing could blow up to something even bigger? And now you on the bias side, and now the odds is, now the stakes is raised. Now it became like a now it's a gunfight. Now it's, it could be anything. You know what I'm saying? You always got to get both sides of the matter. You have to get both sides of the matter, because if not, then it's foolish to only hear one side of the story. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel me? It's foolish to hear one side of the story. Get both sides of the story. Get both accounts. Hear out every single matter, and then you make an unbiased decision. But also too, you know, with hearing both sides of the story, you can also help. You can also help somebody. You know what I'm saying? You don't you don't that's how you take somebody else's pride and you can bring it down and be like, "Hey, bro, I feel what you're saying, but maybe you should look at it from this point of view." Or, "Hey, I totally get what you're talking about, but maybe you should look at it from their point of view." Because sometimes really, anytime when two people get into arguments, they really don't want to see each other's side. It's pride. It's pride in it. You know, one of the things what they always tell men, hey, have pride. That's one of the worst things you could teach a young boy, is to have pride. And I will never teach my children that. I'll never teach my children that. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that we should not teach our children how to have pride. So all right, what is that? 14. The ruach of man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded ruach who can bear? The heart of the prudent gets knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. So one thing that I continuously say is one of the things I continuously say is that, like, we should not just be seeking knowledge. We should seek wisdom with knowledge and get understanding from the Most High. If we don't get knowledge from the Most High, then what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? If our knowledge isn't in the Most High, they're like, what are we really doing? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself those questions. What are you really doing? A lot of people nowadays, they get knowledge, they get all this knowledge, and it's foolish to have all this knowledge without understanding, without wisdom. Because if you have the knowledge but you don't know what to do with it, then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Then it's terrible. You know what I'm saying? That you could go off in a deep end, you find yourself in a ditch or a ravine, and now you can't get yourself out because you over here doing X, Y, and Z. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? So, like, always get that understanding of where you're at. Always get that understanding of, like, hey, I'm doing this research right now, but is it going to benefit me or is it going to hurt me? You know, we just look at knowledge nowadays and we throw it around like it's facts. Well, listen to one. I'll read that at the end, because that's not, I'll read that at the end because I ain't even put that in my study, but I'll read it at the end for you. Um, One of the things, Psalms 38:7. All right, bet I got it. One of the things that I say is that, like, knowledge is cool, but you also have to be careful with the knowledge that you have, because we're so good with listening to one person or listening to a couple of people and, like, getting a response and like understanding where they come from, but you not with them. You don't exist with them. You still exist in your regular body. You know what I'm saying? Even with me, like, you know what I'm saying? Even with me, don't do your own research, please. Do your own research. Anything that I ever say on this platform, please do your own research because I would never want to just unknowingly mislead somebody. So I tell everybody, look up your own scriptures, look up your own research, do everything with good belief and do it with the most high. That's all I got to say. So we're gonna go to Proverbs 22. So we're reading 1 through 4. We're gonna read 1 through 4. I wouldn't say we were tricked into eating that apple. I would say that it was just from this my own reading of the book, just from reading the story. Adam had a choice. He had a choice to follow his woman. He hearkened to the voice of his woman. So basically, he really honestly tricked himself. And then when the Most High asked where he was at, he didn't take accountability. Like, hey, that's my fault. He told the Most High, the woman you gave, this the woman you gave me. Nah, brother, you should have listened. You know what I'm saying? You should have listened. You know what I'm saying? So I would say it's both their fault. It is both their fault. It is both their fault. Eve, Hawa, she shouldn't have never, she should never been beguiled by the serpent, but she was curious on what it looked like. But also Adam should not have, you know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have hearkened to the voice of his woman. All right. Proverbs 22, 1 through 4. All right. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. So a good name, when I say a good name, yeah, so I go live. I'm still trying to figure out my schedule. I'm sorry, but I'm still trying to figure out my schedule with the whole live thing. But just subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, and I will be posting when I'm going live until I can have a set schedule. So I appreciate you for joining though. Have a good day at school. Uh yeah, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. Oh, and you be baruched in your existence. So a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches and loving favor rather than silver and gold. So whew, a good name. We exist by our names. Our existence is kind of is given to us through our names. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know what your name means, that's kind of what you're gonna end up doing. Like it all goes hand in hand. That's where your purpose is. And that's kind of like this is what I figured out. Like my name is Malak. It means king. I've tried plenty of times to run away from being in a leadership role, from being in a king's position, and I can't get away from it. So now that's why I'm here. I'm here on this live doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So like it's my purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's like a good name. Nowadays when we have these children, we are naming them anything. You know what I'm saying? We naming these children anything. We naming them Hennessy, we naming them Alizé, we naming them all these different names that what I'm saying. We name them after liquor, after drinks. You know what I'm saying? Like it, a good name. A good name is rather to be chosen. He'd rather you choose a good name. But how you get a good name is you talk to the Most High. The Most High will give you a name. You know what I'm saying? The Most High will give you a name. A lot of us, we just look for the most craziest names. Some people just look for the craziest names and be like, yeah, that sounds good. Or they just throw stuff together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. You gotta have the spirit. You gotta ask the Most High, what should I name this child? What is this child's purpose in this existence? You know what I'm saying? Ask the Most High about that. We are in a time where we don't ask the Most High like certain questions. We just kind of just go on about the day, and that just be it. Like, nah. Ask him what you gonna do. Ask him what you gonna do for the day. Ask him what is the child's purpose. Ask him what you should eat. Ask him. Ask him. He wants to be in your existence. We keep pushing him away. He'll never be in our existence. So all right, we're reading the 4. So we have verse 2. The rich, the rich and poor meet together. Yahuwah is the maker of them all. The rich and the poor meet together. We're not supposed to be you know what I'm saying? We go up and down like a seesaw. The rich, very proud. The poor, some of the poor, very meek. You know what I'm saying? But we all supposed to be we all supposed to be looking at each other like this, because at the end of the day, Yahuwah made all of us. There's no man above another unless he's been appointed to that position. You feel me? You feel me? Like, we as men and women, sometimes we put ourselves above people when the Most High never put us there. So until then, we're all like this. We're all looking at each other at the same. I don't think no rich man is better than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they bleed just like I do. They talk the same as I do. You know what I'm saying? They still go through existence the same way I do. You just got money. That's just the difference. But we all with the Most High. Like, that's the one thing. The Most High made all of us. He formed all of us in our mother's womb. It's not by chance that your parents are your parents. Like, it was, he already knew your parents was gonna be your parents. He knew you was gonna be born. He knew you before you were even born. Like, you know what I'm saying? He knows you in and out. So he knows you better than you know yourself. We gotta think like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta start thinking like that. All right, a prudent man foresees. We had three. A prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So the prudent man he sees and he sees, and he sees evil and he hides himself. That's smart thinking. That's very, very smart thinking. You know what I'm saying? You see the evil off from a distance, you like, all right, bet. Let me go ahead and turn the other way because I know something's coming. But a simple-minded person, it's not good to be simple-minded. I know we all talk about like men are simple, like, or some people are just just simple-minded. It's not good to be simple. It's not. It's good for us to look at things. Some things need to be looked at in a deeper lens. You know what I'm saying? Some things need to be looked at in a deeper lens. So look at some things in a deeper lens, because some things could be demonic forces that large, and we just don't see it, or we just brush it off as like, we good, or it'll be there. Now you're taking over. You know what I'm saying? Now you're taking over. So a simple, but it says, but the simple pass on and are punished. You're gonna be punished for being dumb, for being simple minded. But you know how you're not simple minded? You get into these scriptures, you get into the word. That's how you don't be simple minded. You open up your eyes, your ears to the Ruach HaKodesh. That's how you're not simple minded. All right, 4. By humility and the fear of Yahuwah are riches and honor of existence. So by humility is the only way. By humility and fear. So the beginning of wisdom is the fear of Yahuwah. You fear, and I ain't talking about the fear where it's like, oh, like how they got us on these scary movies. That's not the type of fear I'm talking. I'm talking about reverence. I'm talking about the reverence that you have for the Most High. That it has to be that reverence. You have to be humble enough to bow to the Father, but you also have to be willing to you also have to fear him. So to fear, you bow. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the presence of the Father, what you do? You drop to the floor. You immediately drop to your hands and knees. You pray. You like, dang, I'm not worthy to be in your presence, because that's how all the Melechim feel. That's how all the angels feel. They like, dang, I'm not worthy to be in your presence. What they do? They hide. They hide their face. They hide their legs. Man, look. I'm just saying, he's pure. He's pure. You can't get no better than pure. Pure is pure. Look at what Moses or Marsha had to do. He had to take off his sandals before he even came into the presence of Yahuwah. So what do you think we got to do? Because we most definitely not most definitely not Moses. We most definitely not that. We not. I'm not. Shoot, man, I know I ain't that. And I would never portray to be that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, think about these things. Humility. You gotta have the humility. Like, what you gonna do if the Most High come to you and he say, hey, come to me, my bond, or come to me, my daughter, and take off your shoes. What you gonna do? You gonna tell him no? You gonna be like, nah, I'm not taking off my shoes for you. Is you crazy? Well, you gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You gonna die real quick death. You ain't making it. Just saying. All right, Proverbs 3:32 through 35 This is the last scripture in Proverbs. So, all right. All right. For the for for the forward for the forward is an abomination to Yahuwah, but his secret is with the Yasharim. The curse of Yahuwah is in the house of the wicked, but he baruchs the habitation of the just. So if you just, which means you're righteous, you walking upright. He gonna baruch your feet. You know what I'm saying? He gonna baruch where you walk. He gonna baruch you. He gonna baruch your house, your habitation. Everything that you touch is gonna be baruched. But that's humility. That's what humility is. You know what I'm saying? Being upright, being righteous, being just is all humility. And that's just what I'm trying to get through to everybody, is that humility is like the greatest thing that we could have. You know? That's one of the greatest things that we could have, is being humble. It's too many people that's proud. There's too many people that's looking at these words, that's looking at existence like we gonna live forever, or oh, I got 70 years already. Like I already know I'm only 30 years old. I got 70, so I'm good. I'm good right now. Nah, fam. Nah, no, not. Don't say that you gonna be here tomorrow. It's only by y'all. It's only y'all willing that you gonna take another breath in that next second. He's sparing you the mercy. You know what I'm saying? The mercy. It's a very big thing. So, all right. For the forward is an abomination. The forward is an abomination. You an abomination. You know what I'm saying? If you forward, if you proud, if you know that I know I'm this, I know I'm that, I know, you're an abomination because he's not in that. I got this in the bag. How you know that? Ask yourself, how do you know that? You don't know that. So, all right, for the forward is an abomination to Yahuwah, but his secret is with the Yasharim. The curse of Yahuwah is in the house of the wicked, but he baruchs the habitation of the just. Surely he scorns the scorners, but he gives mercy unto the lowly. The wise shall inherit esteem, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. So the one thing, like, it's crazy because I think I made a video about this before, about like this world has no shame, and I got it wrong. The world has a lot of shame, and that's their promotion. Look at all these women out here. They half naked, and they got that, but that's their promotion. It's shame. It's shame. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, we just look at this like, oh, what everybody is doing is okay, and it's not okay. It's really not okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's not okay. It's not okay to continuously do what you do and walk in this existence and think that you good. Like, no, we not good. We not. You know what I'm saying? But shame is like the biggest thing for everybody. Everybody wants to be shameless, but you're very shameful to the Father. Think about that. You're very shameful to the Father, but you're shameless to the world. What? Look at all the men nowadays. All the men are what? They want to be X, Y, and Z. They want to be this. They want to be that. They want to be rich. They want to be like, we are all the men following these other men, and they not following the Most High. That don't make sense. We do what other men do, but we won't do what the Most High tells us to do. That think about that, bro. That doesn't make sense. It just don't make sense, man. We shameless to the world, but we very shameful to Yahuwah because he didn't make us he didn't make us like that. He didn't make us to be like that. Think about that. You really just think about that, man. So that's all I got for that. All right, so we going to Luke 14. Luke 14, we're gonna read 8 through 11. Let me get there. I'll pray y'all can still hear me. Luke 14. Okay, I passed. Luke 14. Yep. Luke 14, 8 through 11. All right. Luke 14, 8 through 11. All right, bet. So we're here. When you are bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than you be bidden of him. And he that bade you and him come and say to you, give this man place, and you begin with shame to take the lowest room. But when you are bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade you to come, he may say unto you, friend, go up higher, then shall you have worship in the presence of them that sit to eat with you. For whosoever exalts himself shall be abased, and he that humbles himself shall be exalted. So with this story, I put the story in here because it's not telling you to be boastful. It's telling you to be humble. It's telling you to sit in the lowest room. Don't sit in the highest seat. Don't exalt yourself over anybody. Let other people exalt you. You know what I'm saying? Let other people tell you that you're doing a great job. Let other people tell you that. You don't do that. That's not your job. You know what I'm saying? That's not your job. That's for them, for other people to do. You exalt yourself, that brings on pride, that brings on other things. Now you caught in the snare because you want to be seen. So sit yourself in the Lord's room. Allow another man to bring you up. Don't just bring yourself up. Shoot, don't bring yourself up. We're gonna go to Luke 18, 9 through 14. I really ain't gonna be on here long. We really only got two more passages, two more scriptures. All right. Luke 18, 9 through 14. Mm. All right. And he spoke this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised others. Two men went up into the temple to pray. The one a Pharisee, and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, Allah, I thank you that I am not as other men, or that I thank you that I am not as other men are ex- extortioners, unjust adulterers, or even as the publican. I fast twice. I fast twice in the Sabbath. I give tithes of all that I possess. And the publican standing afar off would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, Allah be merciful to me, a criminal. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone that exalts himself shall be abased, and he that humbles himself shall be exalted. So the whole point of this story was to show, like, hey, don't be this guy that you get so caught up in your own works that you then put other people down. Because what's the point? Like, what's the point? Like, what did you get out of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, just reading the story, like, Noah, you fasted twice on the Sabbath. I bet we're not even supposed to fast on the Sabbath because that's the day of rest. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to fast on the Sabbath. So what Yahusha was just pointing out is, like, don't exalt yourself above other people. Like I said in the last story, let other people exalt you. You don't gotta tell the Most High what you do. He know what you do. He know exactly. He know the works that you do. You know what I'm saying? He know all the works that you do. You ain't gotta. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta put yourself in front of everybody. You ain't gotta put yourself in front of everybody and go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? There's no love in that. It's no love in that at all. So, what the heck? Hold on, wait. We're going to Philippians. Am I tripping? Hold on, wait. Yeah, we going to Philippians 1. We going to Philippians 2. Oh boy, 1 through 3. 2018. I did that. 2018. Alright, 2018, 2018. Philippians 2, 1 through 3. Philippians 2, 1 through 3 is where we going. Alright, Philippians 2, 1 through 3. Alright. Says, if there be therefore any consolation in Mashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Ruach, if any affection of mercy, fulfill my joy, that you be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Let nothing be done through strife or vain esteem, but in lowness of mind let e- let each esteem other better than themselves. Boom. That's what I was saying before. You know what I'm saying? Comfort each other in love. That's humbleness. That's love. That's real love right there. Comfort each other in meekness and humbleness. What it say? What the Bible say? The meek shall rule the earth. The meek shall rule the earth. The meek, the humble shall rule the earth. You see, I say this. You see a homeless guy out there, man. If you got it on you, give him some money. Give him some food. Don't tell nobody because there's no point in you giving something to somebody that you're gonna be like, yeah, man, I did this today. I'm good. I'm gonna get a barricade out of this because I did this. You know what I'm saying? That's prideful. So like we have to love defeats all. Love defeats everything. You know what I'm saying? We have to be okay with doing things in secret and not getting the esteem for it. But if somebody does see you, let them esteem you. Let them be like, hey, brother, I like what you did there. I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, not proud, but I'm joyful on the account that you did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta look at that, man. Look at stuff like that. We gotta look at stuff like that and really be okay. Really be okay with it. Like, you know, we're gonna go to Psalms. Yeah, Psalms 38. I told you I was gonna go back to it. I told you I was gonna go to it. Psalms 38. What is that? 7? Psalms 38 is 7. All right. We gonna really start. They didn't really start at 6. I ain't gonna lie. I am troubled. I am troubled. I am bowed down greatly. I go mourning all day long, for my loins are filled with a loathsome disease, and there is no soundness in my flesh. I am feeble and sore broken. I have roared by reason of the disquietness of my heart. Master, all my desires is before you, and my groaning is not hidden from you. My heart pants, my strength fails me. As for the light of my eyes, it also is gone from me. My lovers and my friends stand aloof from my sword, and my kinsmen stand afar off. So like in songs, the thing is, I love songs. I love songs because it just showed how humble David was to like be able to admit his faults with the Father. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us we got trouble admitting faults with ourselves, let alone admitting faults with the Father. You know what I'm saying? We be thinking we too good for the Father. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, be like these people in this story. Be be like them. Hold on to what they said. Like, look at the thing, look at the Bible isn't just here by chance, but it's here to give us like a true understanding of of how we handle, existence. It's here to show us the way. It's here to really show us the way. And if we don't look at that way as like concrete, then what are we doing? We got so many examples just to like, we got so many examples in this book to be like, I bet I know what I should do in this situation. They've gone. This book goes over almost every single situation. And we just look at it and be like, man, that's a lot of reading. I don't want to do that. Like, come on, fam. We got to be able to do that, man. Our attention span is so short nowadays that we put everything to the wayside. We put everything to the wayside because it's not, we in this here now, but this here now belief, this here now, everything has to be done right now in this moment. That's false teaching. That's false teaching right there. You know what I'm saying? That's false teaching. Things don't have to be done right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Things don't have to be done right then and there. But everything has to be done. Everything is done on his time and when he wants it to be done. So I say all of this to say, as this short, quick lesson on humility, be humble, be wise. Don't exalt yourself on high. Allow other people to exalt you. Don't allow your speech to mimic the speech of someone else. Don't allow that to happen. But be a good cheer. Be a good belief. Know that Yahuwah is going to rescue you from what you have put yourself in. So be that. Continue watching that. Continue looking at that. You know what I'm saying? And just, be a good cheer. Be a good cheer. Be a good belief. Know that Yahuwah got you. So I say all this to say shalom to all y'all. Hope y'all have a good day. And I just pray that, everybody just make it safe because it's snowing out here. If you live like you know what I'm saying? If you in the what is this? The east right now and it's snowing, where you at? Hey, look, I pray that you all make it to work that you all make it to work safely. So I'm getting off of here and I'm gonna just post when I'm finna go live again. So I'll talk to y'all later.